Jan.
Welcome back, beautiful souls. It's a Soldier of Light reporting for duty, and I have quite the full house tonight. Thank you for tuning in, beautiful souls. And I have with me Jason from Arcana Shores.
I love it.
Kristen from Arcana Shores, Mr. Dennis, the King of Cups, as usual. Mr. J. Rocco, like usual, on our round table. And we have a new guest today, Miss Psychic D, Miss Danielle. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, guys.
So I wanted to get started as we always do. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's an amazing, we're going to have, this is an open forum as we always talk about. And our goal here is to keep the vibes high. Anyone comes into the chat that wants to play games, destroy them. Please.
We'll squash them. We will squash them.
Like I do. Exactly. So funny thing is, I've had a lot of crazy things kind of happening to me recently, and like dreams and I've had a lot of like dreams and a lot of like, I feel like I'm connecting even more with spirit, like on a different level. Like my skills I'm getting goosebumps even talking about it now, because I feel like my skills are really honing in on a lot of things. And it's like, it's opening me up. Like we're literally, like, for instance, I'm going to just play an example for something that happened to me today. I started to do the Gematria. I started to go into my calculator to do a Gematria. I got a text at that second from Chrissy saying, what site or calculator Gematria site do you use? On the dot that I was doing that. I was just like, oh my God, like what is the odds of that? So it was just so many crazy things. You know, I've had some dreams we'll kind of talk about a little bit, but I wanted to kind of open the show a little bit here. Is I put in the Gematria calculator for some of you guys to know I'm kind of into this, thanks to Tom Numbers. He always got me into this. And I was like, that's interesting. So I just put in, I got this download to put in something I'm going to go into in a minute that just, I asked my spirit guides, what's something that I want to bring to the table when I try to do a show? And I wasn't getting anything because I was getting a lot. And all of a sudden I asked my guides, I said, please give me a sign, whatever it is. And it came to me right away what to do. And I actually, before I started that, I put in the Gematria calculator, Jason, Kristen, Danielle, Dennis, and Joseph. And I got it calculated to, this is what God wants us to do.
Ooh.
It also came out to angels helping humans to perceive and understand more clearly.
Oh, wow.
And as that was happening, you see Dennis's lights flicker, because when I say something that's strong, his lights flicker every time. So just the fact that
then I need to find out when I sign on the dotted line.
Right?
Oh my God.
It's just crazy, like the stuff that, like, I just went on my own just to put our names in, and the fact that came up was just crazy. So I mean, there's no coincidences. I hope you guys all understand that. We're learning this. We're learning this.
Well, we are family after all.
We are. Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. I believe we share something, all of us. There's no way that all of us have come together, especially with the abilities that we have and we're learning about. And I feel like we amplify each other by coming together. That's kind of what I feel with our energies. And as we get in like groups like this, can you imagine all people at one place at one time?
Physically.
Wow. Yeah. It would be like, it probably would see static electricity in the air. I feel like it would be that strong almost. Like you would see physical beings. And I actually had something that happened to me I wanted to share with everybody as well. The other day, my wife and I were sitting there and I was watching television with my wife on our couch. And the night before, I had this dream where I was just getting shown flashes of random places. I don't know where they were, but it was rubble. I was just seeing rubble. Like everything was destroyed. It like crops were destroyed. Everything was rubbled. And it was just flashes. And I would go and I didn't feel sadness. I didn't feel anger. I just was shown and it would go away and it would go to a next place. Well, later on in this dream, I also got this, I remembered after the fact that I got this circle, big circle with a V inside of it, with a curved V. And it was right after I got the rubble. So I didn't know what that was at the time, but I'm finding out it was like the vendetta, the V for vendetta. V is kind of that shape. And I just saw that and it triggered me like, I forgot I saw that in my dream. So I've had these things, just start popping up into my head. And like literally it's been just insane for me, like all the places that I've been. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing these things at all, but then after this, that brought it to this, I had this dream the night before, and then all of a sudden, was 2 nights ago, I believe now, my wife and I are sitting on our couch, and all of a sudden inside of my bathroom was dark. It was at nighttime or the evening, and my bathroom was dark. All of a sudden there was a flash of light in my bathroom like that. And I was like, did you just see that? And she's like, I thought so. The funny thing is, as soon as I saw him, like, I know I saw a light, and I was like, I know I saw it, and it would flash like, and then it went away. Funny thing, right after that, the light flashed on the wall, big flash on the wall, and then it moved to our living room, big flash in the living room. See, it's flickering now. It went to my kitchen, big flash, and my wife's like, we're like, are you seeing this? Am I seeing what you're seeing? She said, yes. So we're seeing big flashes of beautiful white light. And when I felt that, and when that light happened, like I felt like our home was so like calm. So like, I felt like I was happy. I felt really happy. Like, did I just experience like an angel or something that just came and said, because I was reading about if you see the flashes of light, or if they come, not just an orb, that's like the purest form that an angel can appear to you, is just their pure light. So I felt that that's exactly what it was. And I just want to go around the table and see if you guys have had any experiences as of recent. I'll start with you, Kristen, since you're on the top of me, top right. So have you had anything that's experiences recently?
Yes, it's basically a daily thing. Myself. It's basically a daily thing. My light's always flickering. I had orbs today during some readings. But yeah, I mean, just of recently, I did lose a friend though too, so I do feel it is him. But I feel protected as well. So I'm sensing it when I meditate, and so I feel the message is coming through is that he's just letting me know that I'm protected. I'm not alone, because there's been some weird issues with some weirdos coming through our emails and stuff, some stalkers and stuff. So yeah, I was a little guarded, to go to the Truther event and all of that. But I'm definitely protected by the other side for sure. Yeah.
How about you, Mr. Joe? Is anything you've come up like? I don't know. You had any experiences recently that you'd like to share with the group?
Yeah, I don't want to do that this second.
Okay.
That might be a little bit heavy right now. I mean, come back to me. Let's just get the introductions in. But you are protected. He is watching over you, Kristen.
All right.
And Dennis, I'm going to call you out, and I'm hopefully maybe you'll share that family connection. That's up to you.
What connection?
That connection you told me about.
The love connection.
It's all about love, Dennis.
I'll say it if you won't.
How long ago?
A while ago. Well, why don't I just say it? I don't think you'll be upset.
Are we talking about? Huh? Have we already discussed this yet?
Yes, we have. You and I
on air.
No, not on air. It was a lineage. It was a lineage. It was a lineage. Anything?
Cryptic.
Okay.
Right?
All right, I'm just going to say.
Well, yeah, just go ahead and say it.
Okay. Dennis, we have this family connection, and Dennis was my father in a past life, at least more.
Yes.
So I don't know if that has actually been shared before. I don't believe we have.
No.
But I mean, that's why I get Dennis so much. I love him. And yes, there was lights jumping off, not just Jason Bryant, but there was a couple flashes on your side too there, Jason Bryant. But that's it. Anyway, we'll talk later. Let's go, Miss D.
Yeah, Danielle.
Yeah. My situation's a bit different because I've been moving house the last fortnight, so I've been really down in human level, if you know what I mean. So, but what I'm noticing a lot is because I work a lot more in the personal development and behavioural kind of contrast, and I'm seeing those who are typically normally really nice and kind and that actually got their little horns out. And then the ones who usually have their horns out, for some reason, they're really subdued. So it's like a contrasting of energies from what I've seen. But once again, for me, it's just dreams. I don't typically dream, but I have been dreaming as well. But I've been dreaming of what's to come. So that's been kind of exciting. So I just keep a little dream journal and just write it all down as I do with everything else. But but as for the lights, I'm noticing that as well. I can just be going about my day, and all of a sudden it's like the paparazzi are there, and there's like a flash of light. And it's like, well, dude, not there yet, maybe a few years, but that's okay. But yeah, the lights, and it's definitely angelic energy.
Yeah.
That was a great reference. Great reference.
How about you, Mr. Jason? Would you like to share if anything happened for you?
Lights have not been following me. However, since the Truther event on Saturday, I began the voices like a voice, and it's kind of penetrating down into my heart chakra.
Wow.
Break the cycles. That's it. Those are the 3 words. Break the cycles. So many different cycles, so many different running around, same stuff happens. Break the cycle and ascend. You'll be happy. There it is. That's what I have been getting is voices and like that heart, like not a murmur, but like, that glow in the heart, that thump, that fuzzy feeling in my heart. Break the cycle. You'll be okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's funny thing that you hear that, but I've been saying that to my nephews and others around me for a long time now. I've been saying that we're here to break cycles. This is what we are here to do. And I keep saying that, and it sounds like a broken record to people, but it's a true story, because we're changing the world. And this means you have to break your individual cycles in order to help the collective. And that's what people don't realize is, how can I help others? You help others by helping yourself. And the one thing I can honestly tell all the people who do my energy healings with and all these things is I try to tell them, empower them. Even in my readings, empower yourself. That's where it starts. If you don't believe first inside, then it will never come to fruition. You have to be the one to work on yourself. That means, whatever it may be, breaking the cycles of even your daily activities of what you do, maybe change it up a little bit. Just change these things. That's how we grow. This is like building muscles, but you're building your overall muscle, your spiritual muscle, by doing these things. And this isn't going to be an easy journey. It hasn't been. I know that for a fact for myself and all the people on this panel. I can guarantee you, and people probably watching these types of channels haven't had the exact, easiest lives, but we're here for a reason. And I feel like this is to break cycles. That's exactly a beautiful thing that you just segmented into for me, Jason, is exactly breaking cycles. So to come into the breaking cycles, when I asked my spirit guides, and I don't know, you guys can call it whatever, your spirit, your higher self, God, whatever it is that you want to connect with, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. It's all from the divine. And that's why you can connect with it so easily. And the more you do it, the more you try to connect, the more it's going to come. But you also have to raise your vibration. Your vibrational level has to be at a level where you can communicate. If you're way lower than what your guides are, they're going to have a hard time getting the message to you, because it's just, there's going to be blockages in the way and you're not open to receiving them. So when I asked my guides what came back to this about connecting to spirit, I honestly asked them, I didn't have anything. I'm like, I'm lost today to bring to the show. What do I do? What do I want to, what's something I can bring that's of interest? Well, what popped in my head all of a sudden out of nowhere? Trump arrest. That's what it came up, Trump arrest. So I put in the Gematria calculator just to see what I get, because I always do. I put in Trump arrested. Simple. And it came up to 835 in the Jewish. And that first thing that came up, I'm just going to read what came up that stood out to me. Marilyn Monroe. We've talked a lot about Marilyn Monroe. I just flickered as he said that. Babylon Queen comes out. Over property. So I said Trump arrested, over is one word at 835, property 835. What was the reason why they would possibly arrest him? For stealing things, right? So that's why I put it in there. And then it also is unlimited greatness 835. Another false flag operation 835. Robots in disguise 835. And when I heard robots in disguise, first thing that popped in my head, Katy Perry and the twitching eyeball and the twitching that she was doing.
And then hitting the reset button.
Exactly. Like, okay, calculate.
Clones don't have reset buttons.
Exactly. And she did too. She's like, let me fix this little glitch here. So another thing came up, incompetent president, 835. That would be Biden, obviously. Lying kidnappers, 835. Lucifer light bearer, 835. Then I also got 1068, also calculated that way. Humans not ready. Winter is coming. Where has that been dropped before? This one stood out to me, 144. And anyone who's been following my channel knows that 144 to me is huge. It's been in my life. O positive blood. I put that because that was right below 144. I'm O positive blood. So I just figured I wanted to count. I was like, wow, right underneath each other, underneath 144, O positive blood. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Here comes the sun. I like
I'm
that.
positive. I'm negative.
Your positives are bigger than his positives.
I'm positive as well.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but two negatives make a positive, right?
I'm positive for
I think it makes sense.
CAME. I also got gaslit by gaslight. So they're continuing to gaslight us. Obama, the satanic guide. The clock is ticking. Where have you heard that? A whole new world. God's chosen people. President Barack Obama. Sirius Black Sun, 1068. Triple helix of DNA. We talked about the DNA on our last show. The Kingdom of Michael. Here's the funny thing. The thumbnail for this show was I put in Saint Michael the Archangel, and that was the picture of Michael coming out of the heavens. So when the Kingdom of Michael, I'm like, wow, okay, I understand. Mother of Dragons, pull the trigger. Saturn Matrix, you are going home. This is the one that stood out to me too. I put Trump arrested. I also got October 30.
Oh.
In Gematria at 1068. So it could be that's a couple days from now. Satanic witchcraft comes up. Not of this earth at 1068. Also in 835. I just have a few of them. The reason why it comes up. The Hive. So some of you who may not know the Hive, some of the Illuminati, there's a section of the Illuminati called the Order of the Bee, and they wear black and yellow or black and gold. So there's something to the Hive, or you see a lot of the Illuminati people and the stars wearing black and yellow. That's black and yellow, black and yellow. That song, that's because that's to their Order of the Bee. So that's what that means. XRP and XLM, 835. Reptilians are losers, 835. Our heart portal, 835. Purple eye, 835. So the purple eye, for some of you who may not know, that's the vril. So the vril goes into their eye and they get that black eye. So that's why I stood out with the purple eye, because we talked about reptilians are losers. That's the vril. You see them with black eyes. One eye is black. That's usually from the vril.
Wow.
Arrogant lying. American citizen, 835. The unexpected, 835. Illuminati Freemasons, 835. Under Roman rule, 835. Great disruption, 835. Let the oppressed go free, 835. Goldville, 835. Also, 1068. Lightning from God. We've talked about the rods of God. Counter strike, 1060. This is about Trump just being arrested. Mystery machine. Reason why I put the mystery machine is, for some of you who may have watched Scooby-Doo back in the day, what was the thing that always happened at the end of Scooby-Doo? They rip a mask off somebody who wasn't who they thought it was. So that's why I connected with the mystery machine. I feel like we're going to have that scenario somewhere. So I feel like that's coming. Around the world, 1068. So many Hitlers, 1068. Divine intelligence, 1068. World War Zero. And this is the part that ties it in. Right out underneath that was fight over a soul. So I feel like World War Zero started with good and evil from the very beginning. And I feel like that's what this is, and still continued into that. And it was a fight over souls. And I feel like that's why I put that in there. You are strong. Trump winning. A divine frequency. Quick progress. Extended lockdown. Martial law, more than likely, may come. Prove all things. Citizens united. Break from misery. Counter-strike. interplanetary, Nevada desert aliens, government lies, the first stone, lights, camera, action. So that's what I got for that one. So I was just like, wow, I could tie some of these things in. I don't know. What are your some? I want to actually go to you, Jason. You look like your mind was blown. I kind of want to know your thoughts on this, and we'll kind of go around.
My mind was blown when you said Mr. T may be arrested on October 30th. That blew my mind. Also, to tie it in with the Scooby-Doo mask reveal.
Yes.
Kristen, remember? We pulled cards. The fake Mr. T was arrested. And then on live TV, it was like an unveiling.
Right.
It wasn't him.
Yes.
Remember?
I remember. I was on the porch in Missouri. Yes.
Very possible scenario to be played out.
Whoa. Crazy. But so cool.
What are your thoughts on that there, Dennis?
So much to think over. I don't like dates. I do not like dates.
Honestly, come on. How do you not love Dennis? Okay, come on.
I'm not a date guy either. I just put in that, but when it come up October 30th is the reason why I even put it up, because the fact that we're a couple of days away from that, and if it does happen, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can connect it back to my journal now that this is when it was supposed to happen. That's the only reason why I put the date.
Well,
in there.
the thing about that, Sherry, what's her name? Sherry, God, she's a singer, but she was saying that her, where she's getting all her information is that it wasn't going to be Trump was not going to be arrested. So I'm a little perplexed on that. Is he or isn't he?
I don't know, but if you guys follow the Queen of Ravens on Telegram, someone sent me a video of cards that she pulled regarding this topic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was right in line in what Kristen had said last night. Almost the same cards. I had to go back and watch the show. Same cards, almost to the T. No pun intended, Mr. T. However, we do believe it, Kristen. We believe it. I feel it. I don't like it, but there's nothing to fear.
Yeah, and it has to happen. It has to happen, and then it's all gonna roll out. That's just what I think. It doesn't mean it's true, but I feel it. I feel it.
How about you, Danielle? Do you have any thoughts on that? I know you're an Aussie, it doesn't, but I feel like this will have a trickle effect for you guys as well. That goes on
more than likely, but I think I've been living under a rock. Because I don't personally delve into this sort of stuff. Sure. Just being an empath, I just can't, and I never have. I think I'm just using ignorance as my bliss. Because Spirit always says to me, if you don't have any control over it, just don't give it too much airtime. Because for me, I get very anxious and I get very overwhelmed, and it affects my everyday life. Mm-hmm. So if I'm focusing on things that I have no control over, and plus as a predictive tool, Spirit always said you will never use your gift for gambling or anything of that nature. So I could pull some cards on it right now and sort of just share what I get. But sure. To be honest, I don't know too much about it.
Up to you, whatever you want to do. You're open floor. If you want to pull cards, that's how you.
Yeah, I mean, energy is energy to me. It doesn't matter whether I've actually channeled Marilyn Monroe too. By the way, she was one of the first ladies that I channeled when I just started developing my gifts.
Nice.
Do it, psychic D. Do it.
So what are we focusing on? We're focusing on the Trumpy.
Whatever you want it, whatever you feel like as far as that goes, like the arrest or how this is going to play out, whatever you feel. I mean, whatever you.
Yeah, I believe in an arrest. Yep. As soon as I sort of tapped into that, I went, yep.
Wow.
Someone's getting taken down. And I got a feeling it might be a strong female energy.
A female.
Strong female energy.
Hillary.
I'm seeing a woman, and I'm seeing basically that she's going to come in and take him by the balls.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or
this isn't gossip.
I'm thinking Hillary.
Yeah, well, Spirit is saying this isn't gossip. Like there's going to be a massive role reversal. The truth is going to come out, and those who have been gossiping and doing less than energies are going to pay the price for this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll just get one more.
Sure.
Yeah, we're getting our power back, and it's coming in slowly but surely. And honestly, I think we've all been conditioned and programmed over many, many years to think and believe certain ways or have some sort of expectation. But I feel like that's going to turn on its head. And for lack of better words, human words, is that the good guys are going to come out on top.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Let's do it. Oh, another thing that, okay, I didn't look, but I don't know about you guys, but we've had a lot of military aircraft going over my area. Like we had one that was so low today that it vibrated my windows in my house.
Whoa.
And it's I know I didn't look outside, but from what I was feeling, the vibration of what I know of flying in helicopters and airplanes for many years in the Army, that was probably a C-130 based on the vibration of my windows. Without looking at it, it was very heavy and low. Like when you get those, that's a lot of propulsion. So I feel like that was a Chinook that was carrying troops or equipment or something. But there's tons of military movement all over the place, guys, and it's coming
all over the country.
We passed them moving up from where I was moving from. And
They're
if you
mobilizing.
knew where we were, it's so coastal. It's just so sleepy. And, you wouldn't, it's like my 14-year-old sort of look, holy dooly, because he's just never seen that much army and personnel. And I said, well, they're not going to the floods because they don't attend those type of things. So it's interesting as to why they're going down south. I think they're going to Victoria.
So you saw military movement in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were moving up the coast and they're coming down the coast. So hopefully they're going to go and get Dan Andrews down in Victoria or Melbourne.
Wow. Yeah, there's been a lot of military stuff and so it's dude, I'm telling you this stuff. This is the reason why this type of show needs to happen is because we know things are going to happen. We know that they're happening. We know we live in a messed up world. We know that this is gonna play forward. And what this is for is to make sure that people don't overreact, because they're going to see a lot of things that are going to come that I feel are going to really, 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 really piss a lot of people off. And if you watch this video, or if you have people who aren't awake, whatever it may be, just tell them if they're not, whatever, in whatever way you're able to, just say the crazy things that may come down, it's supposed to happen. Even if you don't go into detail, just tell them. And that's what I tell my nephew when he was texting me about, oh, my friend is his bandmate, like from the video, his bandmate was like, oh my God, we're going to die in a nuclear war and all this. And I told him, I said, I've told you months ago that you will hear these things start to progress and ramp up. It's just talk. It's just to scare people, to keep your vibration low. And he goes, okay, I'm going to go to the Soldier of Light for my news from now on and stop listening to other things. So, and I was like, good. So
yeah, go to the Soldier of Light 786 at YouTube. Also, Arcana Shores, the Wonder Twins.
1,000%.
The real news.
But it's for entertainment purposes only.
But not really.
So
kind of.
I don't know, but I mean, like I don't know. Like for instance, I don't know, Jason. Like I had a healing session with Jason earlier, and this is just me. I'm not trying to. It's not a bragging thing. It's nothing like that. I just want to say I'm just sharing it from a heartfelt place that my gifts are starting to really connect. The more I connect from an open heart, because I've had to work on myself a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be an angry man because I was bitter. I had a lot of things that happened to me as a kid, and a lot of my environments have always been violent. And I've released those things. I've forgiven. And that once I was able to start working on myself and release, and then tell my guides, I'm ready. Whatever this journey is, I'm ready for it now. Just whatever, full speed. Even if I get afraid of it, just don't slow it down. Keep it coming, because I'm ready for this. I know I'm ready. So when I did that, all of a sudden things kind of started opening for me, and I started getting these dreams, as I mentioned in previous shows, at multiple dreams, me astral projecting and in strange worlds that I've never even known before, things like that. So, and as of lately, like the things that I'll start pulling, and after I'm not even done pulling, and I don't even have to pull anymore. and I'll start to get things and continue to just say things. And now that I get feedback that the things that I do say are literally what is exactly what's happening for a lot of people is amazing. So I just want Jason to share. We had a healing session today to help him, remove some things and to kind of help him on his journey. And I just want him to share something that I feel is, once again, no coincidences. Jason, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so I reached out to the Soldier of Light last night, and I was asking for a session. He's like, brother, I got you tomorrow. I was like, all right, tomorrow, let's do it. Okay. So full disclosure, I'm at home. I have COVID. I have COVID. That's why I'm at home. I tested positive, but I feel fine, if you know what I mean. But school protocol, I have to stay home for 5 days, and I love it. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, love it. Enjoy your time off.
So it's a vacation. Yeah. It's a vacation with the Soul Tribe and the Soldier of Light. Yeah. So I asked Jason if he could. Oh my God. Okay.
I hear.
I'm trying to babysit Avery. It's okay. Calm down. Jason, ask someone a question really quick, and I'll come right back to it.
No worries. Kristen, yes. If you want, I know you just had your truther moment, your truther event. I know you've kind of talked about a little bit about it. I mean, is there anything else that stood out to you as far as I know you talked about energies and things like that? Is there anything else do you feel like you're able to connect easier while you're reading? I'm sure you were reading while you were there, I would guess. So was something
I did. You know me very well. Of course I did. In the downstairs lobby. So I was like, shoot, I want to do something fun. So I brought down my cards, and there's a fireplace, a couch. It's pretty down there, right? So I just sit there with my cards, and I just wait. I just waited and here they come. There's about 5 of them at first, and then there were more. But I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You guys want a reading? Let's do it right here, right now. And so I had a lineup for a while, for a couple hours. And then, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. I love in-person readings. So I just already know. You guys know I love to travel. So it's going to happen. I'm going to be everywhere. And I want to do readings. I want to help people. I want to channel. I want to do it in person now. Zoom is great. But yes, the in-person readings are even more powerful. Way more powerful. Because we're together and they can pick their own cards. They could feel it out. It's just amazing how much energy you can get from being right there with them. It's beautiful.
I agree. That's what I say. You get energies into the same room. Distance energy healing is strong, just like connecting with spirit for somebody is strong. But when you get somebody's in your vicinity, that way your energies actually will connect, physically, almost close. I feel like it just amplifies you, and I feel like you're able to delve even deeper. I feel it when you're in the same room with somebody than I don't know. That's just me personally. I don't know. What do you think there? I'm going to go back to you, Jason. Miss Danielle, I want to know how do you feel about reading in somebody in person or vice versa over distance?
Me?
Yeah.
It makes no difference to me because energy is energy. But I was going to say the same thing with Kirsten. I'm being pulled to do more live stuff, get out there in person. And I think most light workers are. I think from memory, I've been saying that over the last sort of month or two over on my channel where the light workers are really going to be called up into action, especially around December. There's something significant with December. And we're going to be needed. So, but I'm just got the same pull, doing it in person, doing it online. It doesn't make any difference to me as a reader. It's the person's intention I'm reading for. If they're just in there trying to test me or they want to test their theories out, that it just doesn't work. But but everyone's abilities are going to be starting to take off. So if you've got a skill or something you can help teach someone, you're gonna be called into action soon, whether it's in person or online or wherever.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
In person would be great.
Oh, for sure.
I could book Kristen here over in Washington State whenever she decides to come up here.
Hey, I'm gonna make a big tour.
Watch out, Dennis. She's my sister.
1000%.
I love it.
In-person readings, just for Dennis. You'll be my first stop.
So, Jason, if you wanted to go ahead and finish, I know you have your daughter.
Yeah. So yeah, I have tested positive for COVID. I feel okay. I was reading the chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I will get over my man's cold very soon. And if I test positive again, I get another 5 days. So maybe I'm like, let's let it ride. I want another 5 days. All right. So back to Jason and kind of general this question when it comes to like in person or over the Zoom, telephone, whatever you want to do technology. I think it depends on that individual, like Psychic D said, as well as that reader. Jason Ramirez, I don't need to be in person with this brother. He reads me like a like a book. And like, so what happened today is during my session, I had, just got, I won't say where I got back from, but I got back because I'm supposed to be at home sick. But anyways, I had my smoky quartz.
Nice.
And I put it right here on my chest. And I'd call Jason. I'd say, Jason, I'm ready. Because he wanted me to call him when I'm ready. I said, I'm ready, brother. And he's like, Jason, he told me, Jason, before you get ready, go get your smoky quartz. I was like, brother, it's already here lying on my chest. How did you know this? How did you know this?
And the funny thing is, I was texting him right when he was calling me. I said, grab your quartz and put it on your chest, is what I was telling him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he said that, when I was just like, oh my goodness. So, I mean, I just got right before we started, smoky quartz, tell him to grab it. So, and I just told him that. And those are the things that are coming to me. I've been getting spirit, like come from other people, just come to me all of a sudden, want to tell me things or messages for people. And it may not make sense, but I just let people know what I get. And I stopped using this to like, what? And that makes no sense. Like I just flow with it. And I said, once I started to just kind of release my ego part of it, I think that's a big part of it is our egos. Our egos get in the way a lot of times. And our egos are always like, did this happen? Or you should be afraid of this or whatever, your confidence level. I mean, those are ego things. And I'm still developing my gift and releasing that ego part. And I know that you guys are all as well. And that was why it was so, the more I'm connecting, I just, my abilities are really amplifying. And I feel like is what Danielle said, we're going to be needed very much so. And I'm not a very open person. I don't talk a lot to other people. I have a very small group of people that I trust. And that's a true story. But I'm getting to open more and trust people more. And I'm releasing those things. And I know that this has been a thing for me that I've had to work on. And Spirit literally pushed me, get out there. People need to hear your voice. There's a message that needs to be delivered to others that need to hear this. And I waited a long time to do it. I kept putting it off. Finally, I'm like, I'm just going to do it. Spirit said, today is the day. And I did it. So, and I'm glad that I have. And I see that since I've been on too, there's a lot of people who started their channels and opening up things, which is, I'm not saying it was because of me, but I feel like we've all had a little part from the things that we've done that will help others take that next step and be confident in this. That's the reason why I bring people like this together, because we all have our own journeys. We all have our own issues. But I feel like as a collective, we all have a lot of similarities in our stories. The name may change, the place may change, but I feel like the overall energy is similar in a lot of ways. So I feel like that's how we're connected. That's what at least what I feel. What do you feel there, Joe? I haven't heard from you in a while. Let's hear from you, Mr. Rocco.
Okay. Is it okay if I get into that, what we talked about?
Absolutely.
Okay. First off, Danielle, what I wanted to tell you was in the last show, we were talking about certain things, and I had seen that Australia, the world is cheering for you. I don't know if it's breaking free of the tyranny or what, but all I know is we're the world is cheering for you, watching online. So just for that, you'd asked
Sweet.
you had talked about these experiences that happened to us, and I had something profound happen to me. I've shared with everyone here. Well, Danielle know, and Kristen has kind of heard a little bit of it. I was shown the spirit to reach out to someone that I knew, that I actually knew here locally, and usually it's been online. People online, you connect, etc. But so I meet this person, and she was baptized, so she had a spiritual awakening. I shared the same thing. So I told her why I was there. I was shown to come and see her. Her mother was a card reader, so she could talk like we do. And there was this wall in front of her that just I'm pretty good at seeing over the wall and peeking behind it, but definitely was a huge wall. So started telling her things that's coming from spirit, things that I couldn't possibly know. Zero, nothing that I could know. And a lot of tears, the whole bit. And I mean, I'm selling myself to this woman, and I don't understand why. I'm being brought here by Spirit, Holy Spirit, God, whatever you want to say. This is why I'm here. I'm answering this call. And long story short, I'm like, I don't know what more I convince you. I said, okay, I can tell you right now, you died. I said, you died. They brought you back. That was nowhere in my realm of everything. So anyway, she starts crying, and long story short, starts telling me the story. So I asked her if I can hold her hand, and I hold her hand, and she's telling me about her experience was dark. The darkness was so heavy. It was very, she couldn't hear anything. She couldn't see anything. It was so heavy. And then I start telling her about it because I'm actually there. And I'm like, it's suffocating. The darkness was so overwhelming. It was devoid of breath. It was just a void of anything that was life. And she's crying while I'm telling her. And it went on for a little bit longer. And then she was telling me then, and she jumped out of her, she came back into her body, and I breathed in like I was like her. And in that moment, there was this very profound thing that happened to me. It was, and I'm usually cry. I'm kind of cried out about this, but I'm going to try. But in this darkness, I see this hand. It looks like a ghost. It looks like a specter, and it comes in and it reaches down, and I don't know if it's grabbing an orb, but it's grabbing her, and it's gigantic, and it's very ghostly, and yanks her out, pulls her out, and that's when I have the breath. Now, I kept my composure when I was there, but it was very profound effect on me because I literally believe I saw something that we weren't supposed to see. I mean, I literally I believe I saw the hand of God. And in that moment, the darkness was so dark that without that darkness, I wouldn't have seen the hand. I wouldn't have been able to look upon it. But this darkness was so dark that even the hand of God was shadowed over. It was just, you can't unsee this, there's no other way to describe it. And I keep playing it over and over in my head. I can't get rid of it. And even after she got out, and like I said, I'm holding my composure. When she got out of her body, I hear the word finally. And the word I heard finally, but it was going back and thinking how it was said. And it was like just this thunder. I describe it as an earthquake with music. That's how the voice was. It was finally, and I now know that it wasn't just for her. It was for me. And these gifts we've been given, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I have to share it about literally seeing this. And it's so overwhelming. It's so humbling. And I can't get it out of my head. It replays several times a day. I don't know what to do with it. I've asked everyone here except Kristen and Miss D. It was unbelievable. It was a blessing beyond words. I know people look to us for inspiration and hope and all those things. I just it was overwhelming. And at first, the first people I talked to was Jason Ramirez. And I mean, by the time I talked to him, I was bawling like a little baby. I think I was even doing the, breath. I just couldn't fathom this. But everything that we've done is divine. It truly is what we've been given, what we're doing. Okay, I'm good.
I still think
I'm good. Go ahead.
I still think this is a gift that you're going to be bringing into the new earth.
I believe that.
I think we're all healers of
Yes.
some form or other. Some are words, some are counseling, like you did, and some are physical,
Mhm.
mind, body, spirit. I think I'm probably more mind myself, but we'll see. You got a taste of what you should be getting into, when the ascension is over with.
The boatman.
I was just going to tell you that. That's what I was just going to bring up. Is I got for you. I got a download for Jay. I got the boatman. I got the boatman. So the boatman, for some of you who may not know, it's somebody who travels between dimensions and they travel with souls with them. So that means that they could be going to a judgment of God or wherever they are, but the boatman takes them through the dimensions. And I got that for him before he had this experience. I feel like because of my connecting with him and what I was getting from my guides, I said, I feel like you are a traveler. Yeah, I feel like you travel, you bring people with you. And I feel like that's part of your mission in this lifetime. And then he had this scenario where he saw the hand of God. And I keep getting the boatman. And I feel like the reason why I get him, and I'm getting goosebumps even telling you this right now, is in my head too, is the silver, the connection with silver to him. And the reason why I say that is because the traveler, they used to pay the boatman by coins. They used to put coins on the eyes of the dead in order to pay their toll to the ferryman or the boatman to take them into wherever you believe in. And unless it was so, I feel with Jay, because he's always, since he's been little, had that thought, or that he can smell silver, he can taste silver, even when he just walks into a building. And I feel like that has a huge thing with him that connects him with the boatman. And I feel like that's why he's so connected to the precious metals in this time frame. I just what I feel, but I can 100% agree. And when he called me, he was distraught. I mean, he didn't know how to process it. Like most of the beautiful people I talk to that come to me with things, we just try to make sense of things. And when he was doing this, he said, all I did was just cried. I just started crying because I felt like the light after the darkness, and I felt it was everything beautiful. And I told him I felt the same thing when I had a dream that I've mentioned on this channel before, where I hugged. It was Trump at the time, but I asked for a sign from God, and I feel like they came to me in that form when I hugged Trump. All I did was start crying and sobbing like a baby because I felt so much love from. I've never felt this to this day in my life ever, and I have beautiful children and a beautiful wife. I'm very happy, but that love was a different type of love, and I feel like that's what he got in his way. And to this day, that still sticks to my soul, that I had that experience like it was just yesterday or just now. I still feel that, and I feel like that's what he's kind of processing. And I feel like I don't know. I mean, if you guys have had some, what are your thoughts on that one, sis? I mean, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I mean, man, that was just so powerful. And I remember when you had first told me about this, J Rocco. I'm still affected by it. I think I heard it on my way to the Truther event. I played it in my car, your voicemail thing. Wow, it's so powerful. So powerful. But you are so gifted. I just want you to know that. And it's going to increase. And I did tell you this. I did tell you this.
I don't know how much more I can take.
I know. It's going to increase, though. And it truly is. It's a special gift that not all of us can tap into.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to thank everybody too that helped me, because I am. I mean, I'm waiting. I don't know what to do with it. I've been given something so beautiful and so amazing. Part of me wants to yell from the rooftops, and the other part is, they're going to put me in a padded ambulance and go, "We have a nice room for you."
No.
No way.
It's a bit. It's a little bit of a struggle, and since then it's just the connection's been unbelievably strong since that has happened. I'm having conversations out loud like they're right here.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you.
When it comes to energy too, Jay, if you don't mind me saying, you are a true blue energy worker. You really are. And sometimes when it overwhelms people energetically, like it did you, obviously our minds want that understanding as to what happened there. What did I see? Is that true? And unfortunately, there's not one person that can experience it like how you just experienced that. Absolutely phenomenal. But that's sometimes when it gets overwhelming like that, that's still us ascending in our own energy. So the tears were relief. The tears were relief. Yeah.
It just won't stop.
I told him that.
Yeah.
You can, the only way I mean, I don't say that I teach people this, but I've gone through the same processes as you very early on. Like goes back 30 years. So, but you need to teach them how much they give you, and you need to tell spirit, source, the energies, universe, whatever you want to call it, how much you're willing to take on right now. I had to make them my bitch pretty much, because otherwise I would be walking around just knowing everything about everybody. I'd be working in anxiety because I know when I go around the corner or next week, then something's going to happen. It's too much.
I have cornered that. I have gotten to that, but it's more now. It's like conversation. It's not like images, but it's just hard to get over what I've seen. It's every bit as intense as the moment I saw it. I know I'm only days away from it. It was about a week ago, but I know it was for a reason. I get that it was also for me as much as it was for her, but she didn't see it. I had to tell her of it.
Spirit just said in my ear, how else were we going to get Jay to believe?
That's just it. I thought,
and that's it.
You just hit a home run on that one statement right there, because I guarantee you, the moment I started speaking with this beautiful souled man, that was a thing he told me, and I told him, "You got to get out of your way, dude, because if you get out of your way, you're gonna fly." And I told him once you did that, and I said, it's like Kristen told him, once you did that, your gifts are gonna just start to open. And the same thing when I told that to Jason, Dennis, same thing he knows, the same thing you know. So we try to put this information out. We have to get out of our ways, and once we do that, it'll flow. And like you said, you do have to tell spirit sometimes, pump the brakes, man, because sometimes it can be overwhelming for like me. I mean, a lot of times I get random stuff. I'm like, what? What? It makes no sense to me. So, I mean, you just have to really tell them, hey, protect me. Yeah. It's not time for me. When I'm ready, I'll be open to your message.
Yeah.
So
it's actually, it's not so much the spirit, it's the vision of that hand. It's replaying over and over and over. And I'm rubbing my third eye. As you can see, I can't stop doing that. But the problem is I like I said, I'm humbled, but I'm at a loss for what to do. And so I wait.
Yeah. And, honestly, glitched. Your energy glitched it. So,
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. You glitched the matrix, man. Good job. High five. So
I don't know what that was. That was something.
Yeah.
You rubbed your third eye too much.
Yep. You're like
just enough to wear glasses.
Got aroused.
Just enough to wear glasses.
Exactly. Pine pollen powder.
It could
third eye.
And I talked with Jason Bryan today, and it had been a little bit since we talked, and I shared that with him, and I just know that he, okay, when we get goosebumps, okay, and I'm going to gross some people out here, and I'm sorry, but you get goosebumps so much that, I mean, it goes down to your toes. I mean, every item on your body, it just tightens. Your nails tighten. It feels like your skin tightens, your face tightens. And I had that experience today with Jason Bryan, and it, I don't know, to hear Jason go, whoa, was almost what I needed to hear for some reason. Just that I knew he got it. I don't know why that was the relief for me, but that's all. And I thank you for that, my friend, both all of you. And yeah, but thank you, Misty. I appreciate it, and Kristen, everyone. I'm good.
Well,
I'm going to
good.
walk away for a minute, okay? I'll be right
You'll
back.
probably have many more weird experiences to come.
I can't take much more. I'm just saying. I'm gladly accepted, but
You're strong. You're the boatman.
I know.
You got this.
I'll be back.
Okay.
So, like, as you can see, I mean, like, Jay is usually a pretty strong-willed man, and divine masculine, also tapping into his feminine as well. And I feel like as this was a big thing for him, and this is his journey. He's had some of these experiences. He's connected with spirit, and he just had something even happen to him that he's still trying to process. So that's a good thing for all of you. That's happened to me multiple times. I'm like, wow, what just happened? And I'm trying to make sense of these things. And I feel like you guys have all, I'm gonna let you guys all chime in too. I mean, you start to get these aha moments, and these things start to open, or these things that are changing. And I know for me, it was the fact of just all of the visions that I was getting consistently when I would ask, and I just never got those before. But once I started connecting and getting them, I was getting them more and more and more. And even that, I was just like, wow, like I'm still in awe, like to the point, like just for that fact of today with the Gematria thing, when I was literally going into the calculator, and then all these things that I get, and I thank my guides all the time. Like, thank you. Yeah, sometimes I feel like they show off to me just for myself, and it's beautiful. I feel like that's what I'm saying is my point I'm getting at is there's going to be the moments for all of us that are going to be unnerving. That's the best word I can use. It's not scary, just a little unnerving, to the point where you're going to have to recollect yourself and try to process what you got. To the fact where then, because that's part of your journey and progress, their spirit is not going to give you anything more than you can handle. And I know that that's hard for Jay at this point, because he's learning this stuff, but they're not going to give you something that they know you can't handle, or you haven't handled already in some type of timeline somewhere along the line in your existence. So I feel like it's maybe he's learning this now. And once he does, and once everything opens for him, same thing, all of us, like I said, it's going to be an avalanche. That snowball is going to start to pick up and pick up and pick up. And all of a sudden it's just going to be a consistent thing. And like what Danielle said, I have to make spirit my bitch, as she said, to tell it, and pump the brakes sometimes, because there's so much energy around that just wants to come to us, because God made us special for that reason. The divine, whatever you want to call it, it made you special, where you can connect with God personally and all the beings of light, and the other ones can't do that. It literally, we're creating energy, and we're creating multiple things with just our intention and our energy field. And that's why everything is connected. Everything is connected in this world.
Yeah.
The sky, the leaves, the grass, the bugs, everything that annoys us is connected to us. Everything that we love is connected to us. It's all part
Every
of the journey.
living thing, and all things
Absolutely.
are living.
And Spirit have been saying to me all week too, because I get to the point sometimes where I have everybody wanting me to help them sort out their biz, you know what I mean? And I was sort of sitting there, how do I help them and all that? And I said, well, what's going on here? This is really weird. I know that there's astrological things and all going, but when you're an energy worker, it's a lot different. So the Spirit, what's going on? And they said to me, remember that little thing that you guys are programmed with? Got to believe it, see it to believe it? Well, we're going to show you. And Jay just sharing that story is one of those things. Mm-hmm. They had to show us all something that's unique for us, so it gets our attention, so we actually believe it now.
Absolutely.
So it's not like waiting for the kingdom to fall and then we all believe it, because we see it when it happens. We're having it happen for us to believe it.
Not
Now-
only for me, but for a lot of people. What is the best way
Breaking
of
up, Dennis.
getting away from your ego or putting your ego aside?
You broke up. Can you repeat that for us, Dennis?
Yeah, for myself and for others, what is the best way to put ego aside to allow all this? Because all I get are flickering lights, and once in a while I might get an audible voice somewhere saying, "Hello."
How you doing?
And I feel like, okay, so only thing I can say is speak for myself. I know that you guys all chime in too, but I know for my ego, as far as building people, that just means not overthinking things to me. And I feel like once I open up just to my heart, and I'm like, do I feel this in my heart? Not what I'm thinking. That's the difference, I feel, because sometimes I think a lot, and I feel like a lot of people I read for, a lot of racing thoughts, and we outthink ourselves with really what spirit wants us to do. And a lot of times our mind takes us another way than what our path originally takes us down. And because we overthink things. And I feel like for me, that's the ego part. That's this. I know I can make sense of this. I know I can do that. This doesn't make sense, but I'm going to make sense of it. And my wife always told me this, you can't make sense of crazy. And I'm only saying that not in crazy in a bad way, just in craziness in general. Like, you're not going to make sense of it. You won't. There's no way. So you don't focus the energy on trying to do that. Focus the energy on just being open and receptive, and whatever you get, like you said, write it in a journal, talk about it, because all you're doing is becoming a conduit, and you're not using this to like, that doesn't make sense. Well, that message, who's that message for? Well, I don't want to believe that. Those are things that's what I feel like the ego, once I went inside to my soul and my heart, and if I feel it in my heart, I roll with it right away. I just start going and going and going, and it just comes out. But that's just kind of myself. I don't know about you. What do you feel there, Kristen, when it comes to that?
I agree with crazy, the crazy part. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to it. Like, you got to understand it. There's so many different perspectives too. But I'm going to back it up a little bit to. I'm not going to get too deep in it because we were just talked about it. But how the soul is going to remember. We're going to remember what our soul's already experienced, and the gifts that we had that have been suppressed all this time. It's all going to come back to us. So it's going to seem a little heavy and scary at first, and like, I can't handle this. Whoa, what is happening to me? But it's just you're blossoming again. It's a rebirth, basically. So that's kind of what you're going through a little bit over there, J. Rocco. But it's good. It's all good.
I've accepted it.
Yeah.
But,
Jay is a special soul.
It's so beautiful what's happening, because it's unfolding. You're like a lotus flower. It's all coming together for you. Your soul is remembering, and you'll know exactly how to handle it.
Dennis is just going to town there.
Yeah.
Dennis, do you pay your electric bill?
Right?
Come on, Dennis.
Dennis?
Come on, Dennis.
I'm a pyromaniac. I
He was
like
glitching.
fire.
He was glitching.
How do you like it,
He's in the Matrix. He is getting out of the Matrix. Glitching.
He's breaking it. We're breaking the matrix.
Break the matrix, Dennis.
Going back to Jay, and I did talk to Jay today. We all know that Jay is a very special soul. Kristen, me and you, he reached out to us. Like, we didn't know what we were doing when we jumped on lines like 7 months ago. We had no idea. And Jay said he noticed something about us. He noticed us. He noticed something special about us. And then there was something special about him.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to talk to Jay more, but when he was telling me this story, he kind of knew, like, I was believing him. I felt it in my heart. Like I said at the beginning of the show, my gifts is everything is flowing from the heart. Like in Proverbs, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do will flow from it. Jay, get out of your own way, accept the gift.
Man, it's just overwhelming. It's humbling.
Yeah.
It's humbling.
You're a special soul. That's why not everyone experiences this.
Right.
You are a special soul.
Yeah.
And that's something is. I mean, these are all humbling things, even not just for you in general, Jay. I mean, these things, I feel very humbled that I'm able to connect, and I'm getting more connected with spirit. And I feel like I've been humbled a lot, and that just means like, just being grateful, being thankful, not over analyzing, not expecting a certain outcome. Just whatever comes is what I feel like has been the best part of me, because I feel like we're very outcome driven. Everything we need is an outcome. It has to be exactly how we plan it. If it doesn't work out that way, then it's the end of the world. And I feel like we've been programmed that way. And I feel like that's us trying to control things with the ego. And I feel like once we just kind of release these things, and whatever comes from the universe is meant to come in your path. And I feel like that's how I look at the people that I come in contact with for readings and energy healings, and whoever I come in contact with. And I know the universe has brought them into my life for a reason, in order for us to connect. And I feel like that's the same thing with all of you guys and the people you connected with in a separate level, that we're all here for a reason. It's to raise vibrations by whatever means that may be. Just even being you, just even saying hello, sending you light and love. You've done a huge job by just doing that alone, by being yourself.
That might be a problem. I'm not saying that you were wrong, but a lot of people lose themselves, their true self.
Right.
This is what we were talking about, brother.
Yeah.
I lost my true self. I didn't know my true self. I was letting others, their words, their actions towards me shape who I thought my real self was. First, you do the inner work, regain your power, find your true self, and then let that light shine through to others. I lost that for a little bit, for a season, but I got it back.
You did.
Awesome. That's where
The
it starts.
first thing you do is just don't care what everybody else thinks first, and then start
Hard
working on yourself.
sometimes.
Oh, I got attitude. Don't worry, I got attitude.
Me too.
I don't
You know what?
care.
It is. I know what you mean, Dennis. I do.
Yeah,
It's hard sometimes when it comes from the people you love.
Yeah.
the ones that are close. It's like, really? You said that just now? Oh, don't say that.
And I feel that too. It like you said, we're taught. Okay, honestly, it took me a long time. If you don't work on yourself, we don't know who we really are.
Mhm.
Every since you from your little kid, you're taught this is right, this is wrong. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is what I feel. I'm going to teach you the same thing that I feel. And what what we do is, and when somebody is a little different than that, what do? We squash them. We're telling them they're weird or they're off, or send them to a different school or whatever the situation. So kids are taught that they don't know who they are, because we are telling them who they are from the moment they're little. And we lose track of that. We get caught up in the school when we get to school and what group of friends we get into. Then we start acting that way because we want to be around that group compared to this group. So what we're doing is segregating ourselves by being that way. And I feel like people lose that concept. That's what I was telling Jason. Be Jason. Don't be who your mom says Jason is, or your sister says Jason is, your girlfriends, whoever it may be, people you interact with. Be Jason.
Yeah.
Be you. That's what God put you here for, is to be you. Don't let anyone deter you from who you are. And that's taking that power back, because we've given our light away. When I do my energy healings, we give light away just freely to everybody. Energy is gone. We just give it away because we're giving beings. That's part of how we're made. We're giving. We're supposed to give. But we give it away freely without our purpose, and not purposely doing. We just give it away, and we don't take that energy back. We don't reroute ourselves. We don't find that confidence in our heart, in our souls, in our solar plexus. That's where we hold our confidence, is our solar plexus. And honestly, when I was doing the healing with Jason, I started getting the burps. When I get the burps, that means something is coming up that needs to come out. And I get that with a lot of my healing energy. I feel when I start to burp, when I'm channeling as I heal, I get that. So it's releasing things. So
yeah,
that's what it comes down to, guys. I know this sounds like a broken record, but it starts with you. Be you.
Just
I don't even want to come out anymore.
You.
1,000%.
Exactly. I'm just going in. Shameless plug from the merch store.
Nice.
Yeah, you like how that segued in? And
Come
And
on.
look, I personalized it.
I love that. That is so cute.
That's awesome. But and it comes down to it. Honestly, I mean, I've changed a lot of things. Honestly, I used to get really pissed off when I'd go to drive. I'd be driving and shitty drivers or bad traffic. I would get really irritated and like, oh man, I want to just really hurt somebody. And that was just my own anger trying to come out. And it was nothing to do with them. It was just my own that I was like so pissed
Yeah,
at the person going slow in front of me. That was just the person I was picking on
Right.
because of my own stuff. And that's, I honestly, and I don't do that anymore. I'm like, I've released this anger. I had a lot of anger built up. And I feel a lot of us have a lot of built up anger or resentment or hurt. Something along the line, that's what made us the beautiful white light workers that we are, is because of those calluses. And honestly, I feel like I've released that stuff. I'm not angry anymore. And I do agree with what Dennis says. Once I stopped giving a shit about what people thought about me and all this stuff, I felt like just relieved. Like, oh man, this is easy.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to be Jason.
Yep.
Love
But
me
my
or
relief
hate
was bigger than yours.
me. Right? I'm going to be me.
Huge.
So, and that's where it started. Honestly. So I feel like
I needed that.
honestly, that's where it starts, guys. Honestly, I feel like how do you feel about that empowerment there? I would like to hear from you, Danielle, what you think about the empowerment.
Yeah, I think it boils down to respecting everybody. If you come from a place of oneness and we're all in this together and all that, we've got to respect other people no matter what side of the energetic chain they're on. So if they're ridiculing you or not accepting you for you or anything of that nature, then you just still got to love them where they are. They're entitled to their opinion. They're entitled to like and dislike certain things and all that. So the part of curing or healing the ego when it comes to that is to stand up and represent what being at one is, and that's acceptance of all beings and understanding that this is our own journey. Spirit told me heaps from very early on, this is your journey. This is your journey through your free will, through your choices, and you're going to have consequences. So, make smart choices. So that's what I even did that with my own kids. A lot of people were saying, oh, no, they should be doing this by now and they should be this and doing blah, 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 blah. I just said, does it feel good? Yep. Is that your choice? Yep. And now they're like absolutely thriving, staying in their own lane. And that's what I mean. What's happening out here in the collective consciousness, it's not even penetrating, well, my two boys and I, because we don't live in that area, if that makes sense. So I think sometimes there is a little bit too much talk on ego. We all need ego. You know what I mean? Sure. It's good to have and all that sort of stuff. But like always attracts like. It's about law of attraction. So what you put out there, you're going to get back, whether it's good, bad, ugly, rich, lack, whatever. So, and exactly what you said, Jason, if someone's coming at you in a certain way and it's not resonating with you, it's your job to say, hey, why is this affecting me? Mm-hmm. Not, oh, look at them and what they're doing to me. Yeah. So, yeah.
See, this is why I don't have Ascent coffee, because I drink so much of it. Sorry, Lance.
It's like gold. It's gold, but it's so good. It's so good.
I'm sure it is, but the way I drink it, I go through almost a can a week.
That was the liquid gold that President Trump was speaking about.
A can a week. That's excessive. I get it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. How do you like your coffee? May I ask?
Me?
Yeah.
I've never had it. I thought if I order it and I love it.
How do you like to make your coffee?
I just with cream.
Okay. How about you, Dennis? I know you love coffee. What do you put in your coffee?
Coffee? I don't do coffee.
Mm-hmm. You do. I have seen
my late wife and I drank coffee all day long.
Love it.
We'd go through like 4 pots of coffee a day.
Nice. It's good.
I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
It doesn't tear up your stomach.
No, sometimes I'm downstairs in my basement, so I have my coffee maker down here, but the Ascent coffee won't brew apparently in this, so I have to go upstairs and make it there. But I have K-Pods down here for this one with cream. Cool. But the Ascent I've tried without cream, and it's good. I don't need cream for that.
I'd like to try it. I'm afraid that I'll love it. And
Jay, I'm gonna send you a bag.
well, that's a catch-22, you know. Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
You have to try it.
guys. Yeah, no, it's good.
You just got to try.
Someone was asking,
The dogs just got me.
someone's asking if I'm eating candy corn. I'm not eating candy corn.
The
I'm
dogs
eating
are in.
grapes. Mean grapes.
Oh, grapes. Grapes are, yeah,
my
he
throat.
loves grapes.
For my throat.
Since we were kids, you loved grapes. Yeah.
Back to the ego. The ego. I agree, Danielle. It is important. I use it as a reality test.
Yeah.
Testing reality. Breaking cycles. Stop making the same mistakes.
God.
Learn from your mistakes. Learn the lesson. Don't repeat the mistakes. That's where I'm at right now.
And take ownership.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wish other people would too, but yes.
Yep.
But it's all about, you know what? That's their journey, not my journey.
Right.
And maybe I'm changing subjects, but what I want to talk about is Kristen, I know you're the same way.
Yep.
We want to help people so much. We just help. We want to fix. We want to help people. And we give them our power.
We
and
can't
there's
do
no
that.
more power left for us.
Do you know how many times I've had to learn? Like you haven't had as many relationships, but I'm telling you, buddy, learn it now. You got it now.
I'm just talking about in general, anything. This doesn't have to be relationship. It can
be anybody.
Yeah.
No, we can't fix them. It's all about inner work. They got to do their own inner work, just like we got to do our own inner work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their ride. This is our ride. Yeah.
Not our burden.
Yeah. For real.
I've been telling my brothers that too. I mean, honestly, I tell him about he has, arguments with his wife or significant other. And I said, dude, that's not, or people he's having issues with at work that are angry. I'm like, dude, I said, that's not your energy. I said, it only affects you if you allow it to affect you. Mm-hmm. Why do you let these things affect you? And he goes, wow, I never thought about it that way. So it's just that's a little bit, not a red pill, but that's a little bit of an eye opener for somebody. When you can change how they think just a little bit, by a couple of quick little words makes them switch that mentality really right away to look inside themselves. And that's where it comes. That's just something that as we're all here for a reason. We're all intuitive in our own ways. We just forget our gifts of connecting is part of it. So we look to others. We look to whatever it is. Someone's going to give me this answer. I'm going to feel it. We go to the internet, probably 99% of the stuff on the internet is probably misinformation or not true. Right. So we go to those things because we're searching for an answer that we already have. We just want that validation. Like you said, if it's in front of me, it's you got to show me. You got to show me that this is real in order for this to happen. And I feel like that's part of this whole scenario that people are with this whole thing with the world. The world is changing. We've seen a lot of things behind the scenes and people it's not happening fast enough. These things aren't these big events, but it's happening. I promise you this. The fact that the things that we've seen in the last 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years since Mr. T came in is unprecedented. I have yet to ever hear nations or channel stations talking garbage about a sitting president of the United States being incompetent, not knowing what's going on, throwing all their garbage, their dirty laundry. The dark does not want their dirty laundry released. That's the part that's bothering them is they cannot control that their fingers are all in the dams and they ran out of fingers. Now that stuff is just going to just pour. And once it pours, be prepared. We're going to have a huge wave of negative energy come at us really quickly. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen big. And even for us light workers, we're going to I felt the energy in the universe. I'm going to kind of go around and see, but I feel like the last week and a half, the energy has really been a lot heavier. So I feel like the dark is really fighting their last breath. Is what I feel. And I'm going to kind of go around and see what you feel on that one. I'm going to go to you first, Jason, since you're the first time below me there. And we'll work all around.
I think I talked about it on yesterday's show, Kristen. We were talking about the eclipse, and I was like, man, the energy has been really heavy. I think for me, it was since Friday, right before the Truth Ribbon, Friday.
Yeah, I remember that.
How about you, Dennis?
To me, I don't really feel the energy. I never have. I've been so drained for many years now that even the energy shifts don't do anything for me. The only difference I see are flickering lights.
I got you. How about you, Danielle? What have you felt like energetically?
Energetically, I feel like many true colors are coming to light across the board. I almost want to crack into a Cyndi Lauper song.
Do it.
And I'm seeing
Go
it like
for it.
people that I've
Do
known
it.
for
Go for
years
Do
and
it,
years
man.
and years.
Let us
Oh,
know.
no.
That's it.
Come on.
She's like,
Hey,
no, I don't want to sing.
I'm a Home
Do it.
Depot
Do it.
singer.
We'll
Karaoke.
save that for Karaoke Friday, all right?
Sounds good.
But it's just even my friends, like people that I've known for years and years and years and years, I'm seeing sides of them that I've never seen before. And then because I've always been saying a lot of exes may be coming back as well, but we should use our discernment, because even if people were really terrible back then, I think they've come good now. So there's just a it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't right now. But there's going to be a lot of exposure. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay? What do you feel like the energy?
Well, first off, I want to say, there actually still is some good normies out there, just for sake of argument.
Sure.
But it's been, I'm feeling it. It's heavy, it's thick. I'm trying to ride what's coming, and I'm just trying to manage what's coming in. I don't know how else to describe it. It's all around me now. I can't not feel it. I don't know if it's another step. I don't know. And I don't mean to sound arrogant. It's just, it's there. That's all I see. Sometimes I just see waves instead of what's in front of my eyes. It's like I'm seeing what's in front of my eyes, but it's all rippling. Just being honest.
Sorry to interrupt, Jay, but Spirit want me to tell you to start drawing, start writing, start drawing. I think it's more drawing what you see.
Okay, they're okay with stick people, because I just
absolutely.
That's about it. Okay.
It's just so you develop your relationship with them, and you can start. It's like you see some mediums; they'll scribble on a notepad when they're channeling. That's how they do it.
Okay.
Because they just keep saying it. Like I say, you may just evolve into it over the next couple of weeks, and then when you start doing it naturally, you'll go, "Oh my God, she said that."
Cool.
But that's what they're saying, because you got your control over it.
I do keep a notebook with me all the time, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sorry. Anyway.
How about you, Kristen? What do you feel like the energy, how that's been for you?
I have actually loved this energy. For me, it's really made me recognize how happy I truly am. I'm probably happier than I've ever been in my life at this point right now. I think I finally discovered that we are capable of loving ourselves. You can give yourself everything that you want, just yourself. Self-love, everything. Yeah, I don't need anybody else. I can find it all. I can have really anything that I want. I can manifest anything that I want. And it comes. It's just coming to me. And I'm not trying to. It's just I think my frequency is higher than it's ever been. So everything that I've been hoping or just crossed my mind that I would desire is all coming to me. So I just have felt high from
Beautiful.
this energy. Yeah,
you're aligned.
Do it, Kristen. Do it.
Like I'm flying. Yeah.
Awesome.
Flying high, and it's probably the best moon I've felt for a long time.
Yeah, the energy for me is not negative. I just
No.
can't not see it. And
mine isn't negative either. Mine was like heavy, like you're saying. I feel like, because I think we're making transformations. This is transformational, so it's going to be a little bit of a heavier energy. Not negative, just it's a change.
It's not thin; it's wide. That's
exactly.
Mine's just drained.
Yeah. And I was drained. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like maybe about a week and a half ago, when this first I started feeling, right before this eclipse, I feel like that's where I really felt it. And then I was having broken up sleep again, not sleeping, this wide awake, and I couldn't sleep. And I'm like, I wasn't overthinking or anything. I even told my guides I'm going to go to sleep. I'm releasing, but I was just awake. And I feel like they had a few days of that in a row. And Then it was kind of gone. And then I was like, went back to my normal. But I feel like when we can feel the energy spike. So if you feel a little off one day compared to another, that's usually universal energy around you. That's there's something changing, either for the better. More than likely, it's always for the better. People think it may happen, it's for the worst. Like this is the worst thing that's ever happened, but it's for the better. Everything that happens, even if it's not in a pleasant experience, is for the better, and it's to progress you in your journey. And part of what I feel from the universe, as Danielle mentioned, is the free will, the law of attraction. I feel like a lot of times when we talked about using this, and sometimes it derails us off our mission, that's where we have a lot of hindrance. We have a lot of these roadblocks, these things that we have to deal with that are unpleasant because we take ourselves off of the path because we're very inquisitive and we want to try to direct our own lives. And Spirit's like, nope. Right. You go back on your path and you're going to finish where your path was supposed to be anyway. Either you go left or right, that's on you, but we're going to steer you right back to your path and you're going to continue on. And that's where that comes back to just releasing these things, not overthinking, not overanalyzing, and just kind of going with the flow. And I feel like that's part of something that we're learning. And we're waking up. This group, a lot of people that are watching your channel, Danielle's channel, my channel, these people are awake and we're here for a reason. So when we get this huge wave of negativity that's going to hit us like a brick to the head, I promise you it's coming. We're here to do is ease this stuff. Even for people who are awake, like you want to say, they're still going to be like, what the heck? And then we're going to be that way. I feel like there's going to be us too, light workers, like who are like, what? And then we're going to have to try to pick up our pieces, but we're going to be a little bit ahead of the others at this point. And I feel like that's part of us to get our footing, get our rooting, and then we can blaze the path for others to follow us with that light, those lanterns, like the hermit.
Can I jump off of that? Can I jump off of that? I think we're going to know exactly what to do when the time is. I do. Those of us. I don't believe there's going to be a stumble. I just don't believe we know it yet. I just know that it
may be already in our DNA, and once it gets activated, then you'll know.
When it happens, we will know exactly what to do. It's just what they've showed me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lighten up, Jason.
Right?
I'll light it up. Where is it? Where is it, Christian? Where's the marijuana?
Do it.
Hold up.
Entertainment purposes only.
But not really.
1,000%.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean,
fire.
You guys are enough. You are enough. We are enough. People need to realize that you are enough. And I can only say that enough. You are enough. Yep. You are enough. You are worthy. You are worthy of all this abundance. Like even myself, I'm not gonna, when I first started having all these blessings just come to me like recently, like at first I'm like, oh, wow. Like I almost was like, all this thing is coming to me. I almost was like, not in awe, but like, why, like all of a sudden I'm getting all these, it's coming easy now.
Yeah.
Before it wasn't easy. It was hard. Now it's becoming easier. And I'm like, but why? You know, that was me using this. Why? Instead of just accepting it and saying thank you, it was just like, why? I almost like I was undeserving of it. As what I felt like I was getting all like something is going to hinder me, and someone's going to. This is too good to be true, and it's not going to continue on. And I released that. And all I kept saying was abundance, abundance, abundance in my life. And I always say abundance in all areas of my life. When I talk to my guides, abundance in all areas of my life. And I just am so thankful. And when I wake up first thing, I thank Spirit. When I go to bed before night, I thank Spirit. And I always do that. And from a very thankful place. Every meal I eat, every drink, a glass of water, whatever, I thank Spirit for it, because I feel like that's helped me continue to connect. Even when I'm not channeling, I feel like that's a form of channeling, because you're connecting to Spirit, saying thank you. So those are little simple things that I can help with as far as like what I do. Just, I'm always, even I sit outside for a minute on the edge of my porch with my bare feet on the grass. I sit on the edge of my porch and I just, for a minute, close my eyes. Even if I'm not really saying, I just kind of quiet my mind sometimes. And I feel like that's connecting to Spirit. Just being quiet in your mind, going for a walk, doing something a little different than your ordinary. If it quiets your mind and brings you peace, you connect that way. And people need to realize that you don't have to have a guru. There's no gurus. It's how you feel you connect is how you connect. The message you receive is the message you receive. And as with Jay he's experienced something that only he knows how he felt. Only he knows exactly what he saw. Same thing with these experiences. I know what I saw. I know what I felt personally. I know, like Kristen with her stuff, Dennis with his things, Danielle with her things, Jason with his things. We're all you beautiful souls in this chat. You guys experience your things because you're meant to receive that message. And that little message you receive could be a bigger picture to all the messages that we're receiving individually. It will come to fruition. It will all make sense at one time. When it's divine timing for us to know, we'll know.
Exactly.
Yep.
Perfectly said.
Spirit always said to me at the beginning too, when I really doubted doing this, I said, well, I don't know that much. I don't know that much as this person, that person, because obviously I had people that I had on a pedestal and all that. And they said, Danielle, you may not know as much as some, but you know more than others. So you get out there and you help those others.
Yeah.
And I follow that to this day, and everyone that is coming into their own awareness. And I say to everybody, start a blog. If you don't want your face to be on camera, or you don't want to be instead of attention, because I actually hate being instead of attention, even though I'm loud. But yeah, they say start a blog, do something. There's always something you can do where they don't have to know it's you. Do it anonymously, but it's the intention that you want to be of service first and foremost. The rest will come.
Absolutely.
Including the people.
Indeed.
What do you think there, Jason? I'd like to know what you think. Your service to others, you teach, you're working with young kids, it's I'd like to know what you think.
I was just thinking of this, and this may be controversial, but I don't know if it is, but I'm going to say it because I don't care what people think anymore. But
exactly. High five.
Yeah.
I was having
five more days. 5 more days.
Yeah, well, this is just day one. I went 9 more days. If you know what I mean.
Day one. Do it.
I wish I could spend more time. This is the frustrating part. And I think this might be having something to do with my ascension process and like waking up to the matrix and the red pill and all this.
Okay.
Is that I wish I could spend more time with the kids, counseling them, empowering them. That gives me energy, gives me light. That's my passion. What has come to pass over the past few years, I would say, Kristen, probably the past 2 years, is that all I'm doing is the same assessment, but different student. Cognitive test, auditory processing, visual processing, executive function. It's like an assembly line, yada, yada, yada. You go to a meeting, you write your report. Here's this. Here's a goal. Here's an IEP. Kid qualifies. Next one. Like, it's just an assembly line. Like, I feel like I'm not helping out the kids like I should because of all of the red tape and political bullshit that I have to do to make the school district happy because that's the rules and regulation. I wish I could just help the kids. Handing a kid a piece of paper or a test and then like, here's your IEP. That is not helping a kid. So I would like to do more counseling. However, that's not the position I'm in right now. But tell you what, my passion for that particular job is dwindling. I think the more as I ascend, I think I'm being called for bigger and better things, if you know what I mean.
Creative.
Sure.
Yeah.
Concur.
If I die, my battery's going to go. So if I get booted, that's why.
No worries. If you do
If you leave, I'll get a hold of you via Messenger, Miss D. We need to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you get booted, thank you for coming on.
It's new for me to be co-creating with others. I'm so used to just doing it all by myself, all on my own. So it's nice to connect with like-minded,
it's fun,
beautiful souls. Yes.
Absolutely. And I feel like we're helping each other, not only us, but I feel like we're helping each other open up.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I mean, I know like just from me connecting with Jay and Kristen and Jason, I've opened up a lot to them. Like, these are strangers. I don't know who these people are. Just like
creepy internet guy.
Right.
Just when I thought I was getting out, they dragged me back in.
Exactly. but I feel like that's helping us open. I feel like we're opening like a lotus flower. When I do my energy healings, that's kind of what I tell people when they're opening chakras is like, pretend it's an opening, beautiful lotus flower and it's going to open and be just beautiful. And I feel like that's what we're doing to each other. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not a support. I feel like because that person is standing next to us, almost not literally holding hands, but energetically we're holding hands, saying everything is okay. Speak what comes from your heart. And I feel like that's the reason why is the more we connect, that's the reason why, like, I know that the dark is really watching every one of us that are doing these things. The people who are relaying messages, the people who are figuring out their little plan, they watch. We saw that happen with Jason and Kristen's channel yesterday. Changed their time of the start for the show.
Yeah.
Same thing. They're taking groups of people away from my channel every week, at least twice a week. They're taking chunks of people from me. And all of a sudden now my numbers are starting to creep up there again, which is good. But what I'm saying is I know that I don't think they want us to expand. I feel like Jason and Kristen's channel should be way higher than the numbers they have as well.
Double.
So I feel like they've been holding us down because they don't want our messages to get released.
Can I jump off of something, Jason?
Sure.
Real quick. Chakras, all these things. I got to be honest with you. Maybe I'm the odd guy out here. I don't see them. I understand them. I learned about them. I'm learning about them. I can't see them within me. It's just, it's one flow. I'm not seeing like the colors, the crown. It's not there. Maybe I'm off.
Have you tried looking at the aura?
Yes. You mean
they
my
correlate
own?
they correlate with your chakra.
But I do not see I've seen my own aura. I understand that.
Yeah.
But within, it's just light. It's energy. Maybe I'm the odd man out here, but
no.
I almost think that's a learning process too. But I haven't been able to see them. I haven't been able to experience them. It's just not one stop for me. It's heart mind. That's all I keep seeing. I don't see the pause.
To be honest, Jay, not to cut you off, I'm kind of along the same lines as you. I don't necessarily feel or see all of them. For me, it's mainly the heart and my my third eye, and then my root. That's it. But the other ones, I don't feel it.
No, so I don't. To me, the heart and mind's in my head. I don't see those. I just see the flow. Maybe this is how we're all different and experiencing different things. But yeah, I kind of picked up on that today, Jason, Brian, that like through your growth, I kind of picked up how balancing you're getting. And you were just coming from, I think, healing with Jason Ramirez, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But it was, I get to step into that energy. I'm not telling anything. I spoke with Gypsy Mama today and we, similar. I get to step into her energy and I don't see the chakras, the star. I sense the heart, I sense it, but it literally is. I don't know. I keep seeing the chakras physical, but it's of the body. Our spirit. There's no chakra within our spirit. It's energy. It's brightness. It's love. There's no chakra in that spirit. So again, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if other people feel that way, but
I'm with you, Jay. I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just never felt it. And I don't know if someone else out there kind of feels the same way. Okay. Creepy internet guy. Sorry.
I've never per se saw all my colors, but I have seen the violet ray. I've seen the green, the heart ray. I've seen that one. I've seen the red for the root, but I haven't seen. But I've also seen when I've meditated. I feel like I've seen flowing rainbows as well. So that's all the colors of the chakras. So I've seen those things, but I haven't seen individual all the way lights. I've only seen a few of them. And I feel like that's how I was feeling at the moment. And as I was meditating, I saw the green from the heart because I was projecting my love and when I was connecting. So each person, like I said, doesn't mean that, you know, the energy is how you see it, is how you interpret it. That's how you're supposed to interpret it. Just like all of us. I feel like because of chakras, I actually feel like the chakras is just to give us some type of reference point.
I think it's a tool.
Our body, and also connecting it with the earth. I feel like there's some type of connection with us in certain areas, and I feel like those are part to do with the geographic of the earth. But I also feel like that was created so we know we're connected to the earth, is why they came up with the chakras and all these things, is what I feel. I don't know if that's correct, but I feel that that's the reason why it was to connect it with as a tool, as Jay said, so we can connect. We have something to connect to the earth with. That's why we're here on this earth, because this is who we're connected to, is Mother Earth. So, but I don't know. I kind of want to know what your thoughts are on the chakras there, Kristen.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, but I can't on everyone, you know. But I think they're kind of a little bit of, they're hard to see. I think it really takes someone who's really nailed it for years. I can only really see it if I'm meditating, and I am not the best meditator.
Sure.
No, but if I really try and I really stick to it, it'll happen. I do better with the candle flame, and it's probably why I like fire so well, but I can stare at a candle flame and do it.
Nice.
Yeah. But not really
I
just
think
sitting with my eyes closed. Yeah.
How about you, Mr.
I
Dennis?
think since everybody's so unique from each other, they're going to experience things differently.
Mm-hmm.
We may not
Absolutely.
always feel the same way another person feels or sees, but it's going on.
Absolutely. How about
My
you, Dan?
chakras are bigger than yours. My chakras are bigger than yours.
Well, now
Jay
we're going to
chakras
have
are
some
the largest.
competition
proof.
there.
You
We
got
need
it.
proof, Jay.
My chakras are so big I don't even see them.
If you can't see it, we can't believe it.
To be honest, I think I'm the youngest one in the room when it comes to like the chakras, and kind of like I need to just start believing it. You know what I'm saying? Like stop thinking about it and just feel it and believe it. You know what I'm saying? I think like get out of, like you said, get out of your own way. Just like accept it, because like Kristen, we didn't grow up knowing what the chakras are. You know, like we didn't know anything, and then like it's only maybe the past couple of years, and like. So I think we still are yet to experience it. So I think I just need to, like I'm doing my healing with Jason Ramirez. He's walking me through it. I could process that. Like I could visualize that. But like to actually like, you know what I'm saying? I just need to stop overthinking it and just feel it.
And trust yourself and just
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I've seen my own
comments. I'm reading the comments. Are your people or our people? I'm reading the comments. Start behaving, manifesting, Marin.
Yeah, size does matter. Yes, yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness!
you guys are awesome.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
So
Having
cool.
a party. Having a party.
I wanted a party. I missed the party vibe, so I'm like, of course I'll come on. Let's do this.
Right? That's awesome. But you know, honestly, as we ascend, though, our chakra colors are going to change. So what they are now, they're going to ascend. I know I've been shown different, like we're going to become a pearlescent. Some of the chakra color one's going to be pearlescent. I know there's a few different ones. They're going to change as we move and ascend. I feel like these are, because our light bodies are we're not going to be these solid things that we see now, this flesh suit. I feel like we're going to, as we ascend, so do the colors of our chakras. And the ascended masters, I mean, honestly, that's something that I'm into, is the energy. And that's why I connect when I do my healing. I connect with a bunch of ascended masters like Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. And there's a bunch of ascended masters. That's all they did was bring healing and things like that. So when I connect, same thing. I mean, I even connect to my dragons, and I feel like that they help me with my guide. They help me with my protection and my healing. And I ask them for protection for others. So, I mean, there's a lot of things, like some people have, fairies or whatever. There's energy in different forms.
Mhm.
It's just whatever you project or whatever you connect to. I feel like that's the reason why your soul connects. That either you may have been energetic at one point. Maybe that's what you were doing and you're in a different form at this point. I don't know. But I feel like you'll connect to something. Like some people like fairies, some people like dragons, some people like phoenixes, whatever it is that you connect to. I feel like there's something that's the reason why you connect to
I
it,
like
is
the
because you
Hulk.
have Hulk smash. I connect to that too. So,
Did you see what Did you see what I just did there? I see. I prefer to sniff the sage instead of burning it.
I love to burn it.
I
If
I breathe it in. It's beside my nightstand. Before I go to bed at night, I
it smells
breathe
good.
it in a couple times. I really take it in, and
Yeah.
it just seems better for me. I don't know why, but
It's
then
good.
again,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing chakras, right? And I like
144 on our time. Nice.
nice.
But yeah, I mean, this is just like I said. Usually, just I like you guys all to get together. I mean, the energy when we get together is amazing, and I feel like us raising our vibration and just talking to things, I feel like helps raise the vibrations of others. And we're here to communicate. That's all. We're just communicators. It's how we communicate it. Energetically, we're communicating all the time, even with just being. That's all there is. You're communicating with other energies around you, and that's something we need to realize. That's why our thoughts lead to our words lead to our actions, and it all is tied. So if you start thinking these self-defeating thoughts in your life, as Danielle mentioned, we're a law of attraction. We're going to attract that energy. And as an old medicine man of the Navajo said, just throwing that negative thought out there, the energy will come to you and attach to your physical and spiritual body. They will attach to you like a leech and drain your physical body, make you ill, make you mentally ill, make your spirit ill. So those are things that I can tell people is the self-defeating thoughts. We get them all. I know we all do, which is human nature.
I don't.
But as soon as I get them, what I've been doing lately, I let it go. I don't even focus on. I know I'm catching myself now, and I don't know if you guys all are as well now as you ascend. But I've been catching myself like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not
Your
going
negative
there.
thoughts are bigger than mine, though.
Exactly. So,
Exactly.
but honestly, that's what I feel like. It starts that's me changing how I do things, how I think, and that's helped me a lot. And that's the only thing I can honestly tell people is don't let the thoughts defeat you.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm telling people, what I'm reading a lot about, I've just kind of read a little bit lately, not a lot, about things, is we're going to see some discord coming in the truther community. It's going to get worse. There's things about people that you may not want to hear. What I'm saying is take it with a grain of salt, let it go. Don't let it affect your energy, because that's what this is meant to do. Divide, divide, divide. Divide and conquer is easy.
I agree, Soldier of Light. Remember, Kristen, I texted you.
Yes.
I texted you today.
Yes.
And I was like, we have to stay together. You and me. You and me together, very powerful. What Jason Ramirez just said is so true. They are going to try to divide us.
I know.
And
they will use others.
It'll come from unexpected places. You have to just see it.
But this is the most important thing. And yes, going back to the Soldier of Light's Gematria to start off the show.
Right.
He put all of our names in there. What did he say? We are all brought together for a time as this, right? We are all brought. That's our purpose. We are all brought together right now. This is it. We have to stay together as a soul tribe. Everyone. Yeah, they suppress our numbers. People will find us. And what Jay says, the people that want to hear, that need to hear, will hear it. The message will get out.
Yep.
We have to stay together as a soul tribe. 1,000%. Yeah, we're going to have disagreements like a family, but we don't just go ahead and leave and abandon and jump ship, if you know what I mean.
Of course not.
We stay together. We are as one, like Psychic D said, Danielle. We stay together as one, as a family, as a unit. And I'm going to tie in what Jason Ramirez kicked me in the ass about. Brother, you keep on getting knocked down. You keep on getting knocked down. You stand up, knocked down. This time, you get up, you walk forward. That's what we do as a soul.
Yeah, I always say stand. I get stand a lot from spirit. I mean, where a lot of people don't understand is when you say stand, it's not just standing up for yourself. It literally is standing in your energy, accepting. The affirmations are there, but at some point you have to realize it's not just I am. This is what you are meant to be. You are exactly what you need to be, and you will grow. But I am is I agree with the I ams, and it kind of reminds me of a sense of uh, there be okay. There's a natural born, and then there's a learned response, and I think the natural born that we envelop into, and we're kind of pushed into this, that like many of us are. Oh, I'm sorry. They're rushing me with photos. I'm sorry.
All right, no worries.
They just really changed my train of thought. But anyway, what I'm getting at is the knowing of that you are who you are. For you've been made this. This is your calling. You will be exactly what you need to be at the exact moment. Um, don't look at other people as far as an idol. I mean, sure, look up, or look and learn, but no, don't look upon someone as greatness. We're no different than you. We're a tool of God, of God's gifts. Sorry, that was just them pounding at it.
Perfect.
That's raw. That's exactly right. I mean, like I said, we're trying to make sense of things as we get them.
Yeah, we're all
You know?
learning.
Exactly. It's a learning thing, you know. And so what I'm telling people, another thing we have to do is have patience with yourself. A lot of times is like a lot of people like, I know this wants this, not just patience in general, but just patience with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are like, I want this to happen. Why isn't this happening? I see that you guys have all these gifts. I want these gifts. Patience. It will happen in divine timing, not a second before, not a second after. It goes with world events and your own personal. And I tell people all the time is things, once you're ready for that, it will happen. And that not before then. And that's something as we're progressing is we're ready for this. We've asked for this. Some of us may not have asked for it right away, but in their own ways, they have been preparing for this. And I feel like a lot of us have gone and had these little moments, even when we're children, as we were growing up. And I feel like a lot of us have had these. There's that. Shit, let me kill this thing.
Smash it, soldier of light. I can't do it. I don't have a wrench. Smash it. All right, we got him.
Smash that fool.
My wrench is bigger than your wrench.
Jason. Put it on a t-shirt, Kristen. Put it on a t-shirt. Call up Sophia. My wrench is bigger than your wrench. I love it.
We could do this.
But it starts with you guys.
Sorry.
You know, and that's a true story. We talk about this, and I know I've worked on myself. I know Jason's worked on himself. This is a work in progress. As we said, have patience. Things aren't going to just change in a blink of an eye. I mean, literally, these are months and months and months of things that are years and years and years of people to get us into this point we're at now. I mean, literally, I've been working on this probably my ascension for a minimum of at least 7 strong years. At least 7 strong years of consistently working on myself. And I'm to this point now where I'm just connecting more and more, and I'm opening. So, I mean, some of you who are just starting out and just opening up, it may take you some time to develop these gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a level of maturity. I think it's a level of maturity in yourself. I think we've been doing this our whole lives. But I think once we get to the point of maturity, in other words, it's not always about of self or the fanciest car or having it. I really think it comes to a point of maturity where enough is enough, and you start really starting to love yourself, you know, and you start appreciating the things around you. That's what I'm talking about, that maturity, that acceptance of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And embrace it as a lifestyle, everyone. It has to be a lifestyle. It can't be just, I sat a tarot course on the weekend and now I'm a tarot reader.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
it doesn't work like that.
Well, apparently in some people's world it does. But anyway,
yes.
But it's a lifestyle thing. It's about waking up with purpose and going to bed satisfied and doing everything in between that is congruent with that as an individual. And you watch your abilities and your gifts, and all those are byproduct of how you're feeling. So if people can just get up and want to feel better each day, what they need will come.
Well said.
And then have it as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000% psychic D, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Down in Australia, Christian, we are global. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And also,
I love
if you
hearing
guys haven't, if you haven't yet, check on click on the Miss Psychic D's YouTube channel, guys. So if you can, I'm going to put the description in my. I forgot to add her channel for her link, but I'm going to put it in the description. So
Oh,
if you
thank
haven't
you.
already, Miss Psychic D, she does a lot of good work as well. So the more we can support our soul tribe, the better, and that's exactly what this is about.
Love it.
Bringing this together. So, and on the other side of the pond, where she can be eyes on the ground for us, what's going on in Australia. So pretty soon, I feel like you may belong to, or have you guys may be a part of the United States. I feel so. Australia, I feel Mexico will be. I feel Canada will be as well.
Be interesting to see.
Funny thing is,
I'll
I
be
actually
eating donuts.
I saw something on Gematria that said United States of Mexico. It was for something else I looked up, and I was like, United States of Mexico. That's interesting. So I mean, I feel like there's so many things like that are going to come. It's like I don't know. I feel like even just learning about the different lands and different cultures we've never even knew existed on this planet. I feel like we're going to find out about, and I feel like we're going to find out a lot of things. And I feel like this going to be. It won't be all at once. Don't just expect this to be. They're gonna trickle this out, but the main stuff that we need to know will come out, and then this thing will just come out. Because they don't want to send everybody to the mental institution, because I feel like the information that will happen to a lot of people will send you straight to the mental ward, with people not understanding that their whole life has been a lie, been flipped upside down, right is left, up is down. I mean, literally, that's exactly right. I mean, the number of the months in our calendar is wrong. Just everything. Just everything we've been lied to, everything, and it's sad. But now we know the game. And once we know we're in this game, that's the part that upset me. We didn't even know we're part of this shitty game. I mean, honestly, we didn't know we were part. We were just living our lives. We didn't know we were part of this manipulation game that all these couple people in the world were puppeting the rest of the world. These demons that were in charge of everybody. No, we're done with that. That's been done. As soon as we know now, we can never go back. That means you guys doing your job, being you, working on yourself, increasing your vibrations. We can never go back. We can never go back. Never go back. There's no normal. The normal that we thought is not normal.
Unsee what you've seen.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
and I'm just saying, prepare. This is part of you, as a part of your ascension, is working on yourself, is to prepare you for what's coming. That's the difference. Prepare you for what's coming. You have to work on yourself and be connected to spirit, because I feel if you're not connected to spirit, there's going to be people who are going to move along in this journey to the beautiful light, and there's going to be people who are going to stay behind because you're not connecting to spirit. And I feel that's the biggest part of this, because our ego gets in the way, and things we've been taught tells us not to connect to spirit. And that's exactly what we need to do. Whatever you want to do, heart center, even if you don't believe in a God or whatever it is, most of you probably do. But what I mean, if you don't even connect with your heart set, whatever it is that you connect with your soul, something you know resonates with you, that is part of your spiritual journey, whatever that looks like. So I'm not telling you to have to go confess your sins to a priest or none of that stuff.
Nah.
Do that. You can connect to God without any middleman. That's the part that people don't realize. You're connected.
Yeah.
The moment that spark happened in the woman from the male, once that spark happened and life was created, you were connected from that moment on with God. Period.
Yep.
I think I missed the spark.
Spark.
Send her some of that pine pollen powder immediately.
Right? So, but yeah, it's been a great show,
Need a
guys.
straw with that.
Ah! Dennis,
Yeah.
what? Dennis, you got the pine pollen tincture, brother. All right,
He's got some Ascent stuff back there. I see it in his little coffee maker there.
Right, look at all.
Okay. Full disclosure, you guys.
Lance's products are also in my description if you guys want to use beautiful products.
Okay.
Wow.
I love it. I took that as well.
Me too.
Dennis, and went to the sauna.
I was hoping this would be magic, but it's not.
What one is that?
Majestic.
Oh,
Oh,
I
the
love
mushroom?
those.
I
I
wanted magic mushrooms, so we wouldn't carry them.
Oh,
I wanted to fly on that magic carpet ride.
I can
Right.
find you some.
Good times. Good times.
Hey, man,
Wow, Dennis, you got it all over
yeah,
there.
no
Right.
wonder. No wonder where it all went, Kristen.
I'll
All
make
right.
a stop. Sure, I'll come give you a reading.
All right, full disclosure, you guys. This was just I don't know what it was. We just planned it spontaneously. You warmed me up, Jason Ramirez. Kristen, the Wonder Twins are going to get activated at 7:30. We are
7:30.
going as well. This is going to end, and then at 7:30, Wonder Twins are going live.
Going live.
Okay.
I know. I just got the energy. I don't
Ready.
know. I just got the energy.
Hey, I have 5 more hours.
Yeah, 5 hours.
Too.
Yeah.
I'm calling tincture is doing wonders, Dennis.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Pop over in the chat, Miss D. Pop over in the chat.
Absolutely.
I'll send you the link.
Oh,
Yeah, do it.
You got it.
before
Do
we
it.
go, guys,
We
before we go, honestly, before I just want to say, I want you guys to go around. Anything you want to leave, last parting words for the Soul Tribe? I'll start with you, Kristen. Anything you want to leave for the Soul
Soul
Tribe or whoever's watching?
thank you for watching this. I think it was very beautiful the way the conversation we had, very spiritual. And we needed this. It was very healing, I feel. I know someone out there needed this. And it feels good. I feel so much better. I feel like I am warmed up too, buddy. Yeah. So we're
getting
gonna
warmed up.
Soul Tribe. Follow us over there. Yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Mr. Joe?
I have a great poker face. I am excited, but no, it definitely was. We actually, I was surprised when I found out that the family was coming on. That was really cool. I knew it was going to be Miss D, and I was like, oh, hey, we're adding everyone on. But every week we just try and help someone and each other. That's all. I mean, like I said, I always leave my email in the chat if someone needs help or needs to contact me or just has no one around.
Mhm.
We're not alone. We're spread apart for a reason. I mean, I Miss D's, I came across her and I was hooked. There's just such an energy about her. Not only the words she uses are great; they crack me up. I'll be honest. but no, I mean, yeah. Again, you're right, Chris, and we really did need this, and I hope it just helps someone.
Yeah.
So anyway, love to all, and I'll see you in the chat over in.
Thank you.
So she must have her phone must have just left, or ran
it
up.
was
So
dying.
Jason or Dennis, anything you want to leave with the group?
Well, I know that there are probably pockets of people in the Soul Tribe, but we're all one big family anyway.
Mhm.
So we need to make sure that we learn to or practice stepping out of our egos and start looking towards the heart more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been great. We ought to be doing this every week with the whole family here.
Absolutely.
Can we get like 1,000 little boxes of people?
Yes, we can. On Zoom.
Will it work?
On
We
Zoom,
get-
we can.
200. Yes.
200.
We could. That would be so fun.
144,000.
That's right.
Yes.
How about you, Jason? Anything you want to leave for the group before we go?
Give it to me straight.
This one's a little funny one, but it's a question for Dennis. Dennis, you said that you were Jay's father. Does that make, since Jay is our father, does that make you our grandfather?
Yes, it does. You can pull cards on that, though.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Wow, this is
I
awesome.
knew it.
Right? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I knew it. This is
Just
what I
don't
wanna-
call me Gramps, okay?
Nah, I won't
Well,
call
I
you.
call you the wise one.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I thank all you guys for tuning in every week. I know you guys have personal lives, and this is amazing. You guys jump in and, raise the vibration of yourself. Obviously by coming with connected, well-minded people, that's a big thing. Like I said, I feel like that's us energetically holding hands. So you feel confident for coming here, speaking your truth, stand in your truth. I tell people that all the time when I'm reading for them. Same thing. Take your power back. We've given it away. Be who you are. Don't be who somebody says you should be. Be you. And then people will attract your energy based on who you are and who you are every day of every minute, not who you are in this group and who you are at work and who you are at home. Be you, and the energies will attract you. That's what God and Spirit wants you to be. You. Don't be who other people tell you to be. Be you. That's why God created you individually, and you're special in your own way. So I want to leave the group with this. Also started off with the Jason, Kristen, Danielle, Dennis, and Joseph. So it adds up to 2484, just so you guys know as well. And that came up to President Trump, QAnon, MAGA, God bless America.
Nice.
All of us. Another thing it came up to 3001. This is the part I want to leave everybody with. It came out to 3001. I came not to bring peace, but a sword of my truth. And I want to leave with that because we are bringing the truth by no matter, that comes back to being you. You speak your truth, you be you. We're not here to bring peace. Angels can be warriors. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes we have to fight and be a warrior, but you're a warrior of light. You can do that. Connect. Be part of you. Just be me. Just be you. That's all I can say. Stand in your truth. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you guys like, share, and subscribe, if you haven't already, also head over to Jason and Kristen's channel afterwards. Sound like they're going to do an impromptu show, which is great. And we'll see you guys next week on our beautiful show. Thanks for tuning in.
5 hours for Jason and Kristen. 1000%.
We can do it.
We could.
Come on over to our house.
Since Jason's off work now.
That's true, Jason. You can help me email tomorrow.
We're gonna announce a little surprise of where I may be come Friday.
Ooh. Wait,
my door's always open.
Come Friday, maybe even on Sunday. We'll see. You'll have to tune in to Arcana Shores at 7:30 tonight. Surprise show.
This is a surprise show for me, too.
Absolutely.
I gotta get out of here, guys. Let's go.
All right. Soldier of Light, out.
Thank you, Soldier of Light. This is awesome.